Yeah, we're live. Hey guys, Engineer Wannabe here. Your rogue chat competing with Mr. ID guy. But yeah, thanks for joining us, everyone. It's been a great Saturday. I hope you all are well. Um, Let us know what you're wearing on your wrist, but we'll get started. I'm not gonna crack any silly jokes today. I might. We'll see. Keith, what are you wearing?
I finally switched out of my Casio earlier this week.
Yeah,
I'm wearing my Hamilton khaki mechanical, whatever you want to call it.
very
Um,
nice.
I saw that you got the strap from Deluxe,
Yes.
and that's the one strap company that I have bookmarked to replace this strap at some point. I love the color. This is a Barton strap. I love the color, but it's just cheap looking. It doesn't taper. It's not a good fit for me.
Yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
Like I told you before, I'm curious to see how you like that strap. I think you were wearing it today, weren't you?
Yeah, I am wearing it.
Oh, wow, look at that.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a couple of. I've not really been satisfied with Barton. I know a lot of people rave about them, but I've I bought a navy strap and it was baby blue. Um, so I mean, yeah, that was one bad mark. And the straps don't taper.
Yeah.
And the spring bars that they put in the holes are really thin, so it just wiggles
Mm.
like crazy. It just overall, very cheap feeling, which they are. So I mean, it's good that they're so accessible.
What
Yeah,
does
I mean,
Keith
it's
like?
good for if a lot of people like to have a lot of straps to swap in and out. I just like to wear one out and then replace it.
Right.
What are you
Yeah.
saying,
Sorry,
Bobby?
Bobby, what were you gonna
No,
say?
how do you like your strap, Keith?
Mine?
You,
Well, this is the Barton strap. Yeah, it's just I didn't even think to look for tapering when I was buying the strap, and once I put it on, I'm like, uh-oh, this isn't good. But I just kept it anyways. But yeah, I like the color, but yeah, it just looks cheap.
Yeah. Sam, what's on your wrist?
So for the I think third or fourth week in a row, I am still wearing the full medal, even though I've got a total of 9 watches at the moment, but most of them are in a different state. So
Right.
I like to wear the G Shock whenever I'm home. I don't usually wear the G Shock at work because I work in the defense industry, and I think it has Bluetooth and some functionalities like that I'm allowed in the office. So I just wear the Larco. So I've kind of dedicated the Larco for work, and then I'm like, I want to enjoy that G Shock, so I wear it after work or during the weekend. So that's how it is at the moment until I can go back and get another set of rotations.
Yeah.
the,
Yeah.
the Laco's a nice watch too.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah,
It is.
it's a nice watch.
It's a historic pilot watch.
Yeah, especially for that price. Like you have a choice of going the true heritage, which is the Larco fleet, the ETA version, the proper large cases. I actually went for this blue dial 39 mil, so it's actually a very small Flieger. So it's so far I'm enjoying the watch a lot, and it's actually gotten the most comments from other people, which is it's pretty cool.
Mhm. Bobby, what's on your wrist?
So I've been wearing this beanie for a long period of time, but
Yeah.
I switched it up today, and I'm wearing the I don't know if you can see it. Vacheron Constantine Blue Overseas. I don't know how you can see. This is my blue watch.
Yeah.
The blue is mesmerizing blue. This is my favorite blue color type of blue, and it's a great bracelet, of course. And let me just show you some the. I guess I can show you the case back too.
Yeah. Very
22, the gold rotor, and I guess it's not turning around. There we go. There we go.
Very nice.
Yeah, so it's really nice case back. Probably one of the best case back. One of the best case backs I've had.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Well, on my wrist, I have my tried and true trusty SBGY 003. I have it on a brand new deluxe strap that I got yesterday. So I wasn't supposed to get one in I think get it in until Monday, but I got it in yesterday. And I was super stoked. Yeah, really, really love it. It's a great strap. The buckle I got with it was horrendous, so I
Oh,
switched
really?
it out to just this generic buckle. So, Keith, if you're planning to get one, yeah, maybe order a buckle on Amazon.
Uh,
They're like $10. A decent one is like $10. But although the previous deluxe strap I had a great buckle, a really
okay.
nice bead blasted buckle. So not sure
Maybe
what
that's why that one was on clearance.
happened. Yeah, maybe clearance buckles.
What's the power
Yeah,
reserve on the? It's a manual wind, right?
yeah. 3 days.
3 days. Okay.
Yeah,
So
healthy
That
power reserve.
that
Yeah,
leather strap, is that a pig skin, goat skin, or
I think it's a calf skin.
okay?
It's called a Dolaro leather.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Yeah.
so yeah, something to do with the tanning process and how it forms like this natural rippling on it. Um, it's really nice.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah, yeah, and it's considering what deluxe straps go for normally, it's kind of affordable. So yeah, I do recommend it. But let's jump in and say hi to everyone. Peter C is first. Well done, Peter. Um, Daniel Yu is in here as well. Good to see you, Daniel. Thanks for joining us. Wilson's here. Oil Money, good to see you. Watch Tank Clan, how's it going, man? Good to see you. Paul, hey man, good to see you as well. Bill K,
familiar
Joe B,
faces.
yeah. Joe B's here. Who else? Wow, lots of guys here. Knife Watch Ryan, good to see you, man. Watch yourself. Hey man, good to see you. A lot of the guys from the Super Best Watch Friends group. Kevin S and Jonathan, thanks for joining us, guys. Bill K was talking about Barton. Barton, I hear favorable reviews of their Elite silicone straps. I've actually not tried the Elite silicone. I have heard good things about that too. Um, Watch 10 Clan VC Overseas Gold is a goal. That's a nice goal. Peter C. Complimenting the VC. Everyone here is loving the VC. Only 9 watches. Sands of Time really needs to get strapped and commit to this. I only have 5. No, wait. If you don't count my other watches, I have 5.
If you don't count
5
my
in the
other
core
watches.
collection.
Other watches.
Kevin says elite straps, elite silicone straps are great. So that's good. That's good to hear. I'll definitely have to give that a shot. Okay, guys. So today we're going to be playing a game. I didn't mention at the end of the stream, we're going to decide who has the best collection by vote, best choices. And yeah, it might turn out to be a draw. Someone might win. Guys in the chat, it'd be great if you joined in as well. Let me know if you guys have any selections lined up as well. But what we're going to be doing is we have $6,000 to play with, 6,000 US. I know it seems like an arbitrary number, but it's been a number that I've been kind of stewing on, basically. So 6,000 US, you can either buy one watch or a 3-watch collection. And we have all put together. I believe we have all put together this collection, and we're gonna pitch it to you guys. Let us know what you think. But who's gonna go first? Anyone has a preference?
Do you want to start with the? Are we going to go through them all, or are we going to start with the one watch and then we'll go
Yeah,
back and
let's
do
do
the
the one
3?
watch first. Let's
Okay.
do the one watch first, and then we'll do the 3 watches. And of course, I forgot to mention this is market value, so not retail price, because retail price is usually way higher than market value. So we're gonna go with market value, and they have to be modern. Um, I have my screenshots lined up, so I could go first if you guys like.
Sure.
And then we could move on, because then I can work on pulling up your watches. Okay, so let's go into the screen share. Let's see. Okay, got it. All right. So first, we're gonna go with the 6K watch selection, and I'm gonna be a little predictable here. I'm gonna pick the SPGA 415. So this is the Grand Seiko
Ooh,
Seasons Winter.
wow.
I didn't pick the spring because the spring goes for a bit more, and it kind of hits over the 6K mark. But the winter is a steal at 6K US dollars. It's a titanium watch, spring drive, 100 meters water resistance would be a perfect everyday watch. Beautiful, beautiful dial. Very nice blued seconds hand. Everything is just done exquisitely. The bracelet is nice as well. It could be better, but it's really nice. But it will shine on a strap. So here we have the stock Grand Seiko picture, which really doesn't do it justice, which is why I did Google Images, because we'd see a couple more pictures here. So yeah, I really like this watch. I
It's a
really
great
like
choice.
the Thanks. I knew you'd like it.
I was thinking of the seasons collection as a finalist for
Oh
what I
yeah.
was going to choose. I'm glad you chose the winter because that's a really good piece.
Yeah, yeah. Just the little things right in this. I know a lot of people don't like the power reserve. I really like the power reserve. I like a bit of asymmetry on my dials if I can have it. I don't mind not having asymmetry. I like symmetry as well. But um, this date is right at the edge, which I really like. I like the power reserve. I just like everything about this watch. Of course, the spring is better, hands down. I would take the spring over this, but at 6K, this is a nice option. I do have a couple of honorable mentions. Um, the high beat GMT that I have, the SBGJ 201, though it's really thick, because it's really thick, it kind of dropped off. But the high beat GMT is a huge contender. Also, the medium Cartier Santos. So the WSSA 0029. Medium Cartier Santos is beautiful. I would love to own it at some point. But yeah, the Seasons Winter won it. What do you guys think? Huh? Huh?
It's
Huh?
it's a great watch. I can't. I had the spring collection, so I had to choose. I
Yeah.
can't say anything but praise for it. It's a great choice. Everyday watch. You can dress it down, dress it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100 water resistance. It's titanium, right?
Yeah. Titanium. So really, really light. I know some people might not like it. Peter's asking how thick it is. It is 12.8, so 13 millimeters thick. Kind of thick, but not too bad. Yeah. So we can move on. If you guys want to move on, maybe go diagonally to Sam. Let's skip.
Oh my god.
Keith.
Yeah, so my choices are a bit different because I have assumed that I'm going to be spending Australian dollars. So I assumed 6,000 Australian dollars.
Oh,
Oh no.
Yeah, the thing is, 6,000 US dollars is like 7.7K Aussies. So that's a lot. So my
Yeah.
choices were big, but that's fine. I'll go with what I have, and my my choice was for the single watch was a Tudor Pelagos. So that would get an easy discount of 10%. So it'll cost around $5,600 in Australian. And essentially, what I would do with the rest of that money is buy like 3 to 4 different straps. So I'd get a NATO strap. I'd get maybe a sailcloth. I'd get um, some other type of straps where I can keep changing the look of that watch for every day, because changing the strap on your watch, it's kind of like you're getting a brand new watch in a sense. Sometimes I think buying a new strap is actually better than buying a new watch altogether. So this would be my choice, the Tudor Pelagos, and I would buy straps.
What color?
Reasoning, I would go with. You can go with blue or black. Black more versatile, so I'd choose black, and I would pair it with at least 5 different straps. Which I can change if I really want to every day. Get a new change for the watch. It's a lightweight watch. Well, it's kind of the same, similar weight to the steels. It's even though it's titanium, but it has a lot of wrist presence. It's tooly. It has one of the best clasps on the bracelet. Not much I can say. It's just it's a great everyday wear. So, and it fits the budget. So that's my watch of choice for the 6,000 mark.
Yeah, beautiful
Yeah.
choice. It's a watch I love. I wish I could manage it on my wrist, but
Mm.
found that I couldn't. But
It's it's
Yeah.
it's funny that both you guys chose titanium watches,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, coincidence.
Yeah.
but it's a
Let's
great
see.
daily watch too. It's
Mhm.
it's unique.
Yeah,
Great loom. The only thing I would say is how thick is it? It's kind of thick, right? Is
Fairly
that?
thick.
But everything
It's
else about the
yeah.
bracelet is better than the Grand Seikos, I would say. Um, and of course, the loom and the bezel action is really really good.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yeah. The
whole
second
bezel is learned.
assumption. Yeah. The second assumption is that these watches are to fit my wrist, which is around 7.25. So that's the second assumption there.
Oh yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah.
size is no object here. Let's see. Dirty Snowflake is another name for the SVGA 415. Good name actually. SoCal Watch Reviews. Hey Miguel, good to see you, man. Thanks for joining us. Watch Tank Clan is online for the spring. Very cool. Hope you get it soon. Um, Watch Yourself wants the spring as well. It is really nice. It's a hot piece. Can't love the winter because the spring exists. Yeah, that's a good point. Ryan would pick the $5,800 Hermes HO8. I have not seen one in person. Not in person. I haven't even seen it online. But it seems to be the butt of a lot of jokes lately. Oil money is dragging on me again. I'm really thinking out of the box. I have a reputation to keep. I'm the Grand Seiko guy. Good to see you, Anilo. Thanks for joining us, man. Another option, Aquaterra green dial. Very nice choice.
Yep.
Yeah, let's see. Day 1 of construction lost power. Day 2 lost heat. Ooh. I know Peter is doing some renos at home, so. Yes, the old Pelagos. A watch with a dial only a mother can love. Yeah. It will fit a 6 3/4 inch wrist, Peter. My wrist is 6 1/4, which is why it doesn't fit. But it wears a lot better than 44 millimeter sounds. Sorry, 42. It is 42. Yeah, I guess it wears true to size. Six Killer, good to see you as well. Anyone else wants to comment on the Pelagos before we move on? Alrighty, Keith, what have you got?
I don't want to say mine now. First of all, these exercises are tough for me. I see a lot of people saying, "Oh, I have $1,000 to spend. I have $3,000 to spend. What type of watch should I buy?" And that's never how I've, bought watches. It's always, being into watches. I just see what's coming out or what's out there and wait until something catches my eye. And then if I can't stop thinking about it, I think, oh, do I want to spend the money on that watch? So it's never like I got $3,000 burning a hole in my pocket. What watch should I buy? So well, with that preference, and also the preference that I don't spend I've never spent $6,000 on a watch. Recently I've said if I spend over $5,000 on a watch, I'm going to get a Grand Seiko.
Okay.
So I cheated slightly and I went with almost the exact same pick as Sanjay, and I did pick the spring, the SPGA 413. It's 6,300, so I considered it close enough. It would be tough for like a one only watch. But what really, so I thought like wearing a pink watch all the time is maybe I'll get sick of looking at pink or something. But there's someone in a watch group we're in who kind of took pictures of this watch in different settings, in different color surroundings, and the dial like seems to pick up the colors that's around you, so it doesn't always look pink. And Bobby knows it much more better than I do.
I agree.
I mean, with Grand Seiko, I'd love to have a spring drive. I'd want like a textured dial because they're so good at it. It has the hands that I really like too. It just like has everything I'd want in a Grand Seiko, so I went for that one as well. Well, it's almost the same as Sanjay, the pink. I would like to see. I've seen the all four of that season's collection in person, but just in the case. It was right when they came out, and I didn't ask to try them on. I would like to see the 413 and the 415 side by side to see which one I'd like better. But yeah, if I had to choose right now, I'd take the 413.
Really good choice.
I can't argue against that since I have one. It's a beautiful piece, and like you said, it's not only pink; it's silvery white most of the time in bright light, and then when it's like pink or rosy colors outside, then it turns a little more pink. And then the spring drive titanium bracelet, similar to the 415 winter edition. It's great daily piece.
I did have a runner-up, although this was also cheating. I thought if I was going to have one watch, the Rolex Explorer, the new 36 millimeter, which I have not seen in person, a 36 millimeter. I looked at the price. I was kind of surprised, $6,450. I don't really see how it costs that much. Maybe is there something I'm missing? Seems like a pretty simple watch. I know it's a Rolex, but it just, I don't think it's justifying the price. Obviously, I'm in the minority. It's probably going to, secondhand market would probably sell more for more than that. But yeah, that was my runner-up, even though it was cheating. So
yeah,
I will say my 3 watch collection does not cheat. So
it's not cheap, as in you
I'm not cheating with that one. I'm not going over the $6,000.
Yeah. No, it's a great pick. It is the pick I wanted to go with as well. So that's good that we got that covered.
Well, I looked at Grand Seiko's website and looked at all the options around that price or maybe a little below, and I'm like, well, let's see everything that they're showing on their website right now, and see if something. Because I thought that the 413 is kind of an obvious choice because I've mentioned it before. But it really, I mean, I looked at all the watches. That's the one I would want. So there's some close ones, but that one definitely wins out.
Yeah. So there's quite a few compliments on Sam's Pelagos pick. Very nice. Watch Yourself will pick the GS of the Pelagos, but to be fair, the GS is quite a bit more than the Pelagos. Pelagos is awesome. Let's see. Luke, good to see you, Luke. Thanks for joining us. If I had to spend $6,000 on a watch, I would probably get some kind of IWC. Oh, interesting choice. Very nice. Pink Mist. What is this? On the Pelagos or the SPGA 4113? It's the same.
It's the same.
Yeah. So 13 millimeters. The Pelagos, I think, is around 14 and a half, I think. So quite thick. Love how Keith always gives an apology. Yeah. Keith has quite a few qualifiers.
I'll have apologies before my 3 watch collection too. Don't worry. Well, I'll have a prediction at least.
Looking forward to hearing that. Jay Moore, New York. Grand Seiko and Rolex Oyster Perpetual is all I need. It's a solid 2 watch collection. Although Grand Seiko is a brand, but maybe Snowflake is what you meant. Yeah. The GS Pink.
He was asking about thickness.
Oh, I see. Right. Yeah. Guess Paul was pulling our legs a little bit there. Oh, sorry, Peter. 6K will get you a nice prepared drive to Cartier moon phase. I did not know that. For one watch, I'd recommend the 116 000. To others, I'd go with my SBGA 429 Soko. Very nice. Really like the Soko. Is the 116 000 the Submariner? No date. Rolex reference numbers are not my forte. 116 000. is the Oyster Perpetual. Okay, yeah, there you go. Luke saying hi to Daniel. All right, Bobby. Bobby, what'd you pick?
So they're all nice choices. I think, I was thinking Grand Seiko too, the seasons collections,
Right.
both the winter and the spring. Of course, I own one in the spring, so definitely that was my first thought. But then for one watch, I thought a watch that could use as both as a dress watch and as a sports watch, and has water resistance. And I think the Grand Seiko, the Seasons collection, is more sporty than dressy. So I went with the Cartier Santos de Cartier, the medium. I think that is definitely a one watch that can be dressed up, dressed down. I took the medium because it has no date. It's more cleaner dial, and I love the integrated. The bracelet's beautiful, and it comes with a leather bracelet, leather strap along with it, so you can just interchange it if you want to go out for a dress watch. I think, and it's a beautiful white dial. The blue, the screw down crown, 100 meters water resistance, and the blue hands are iconic. Roman numerals. I think that's a watch that I would think of wearing every single day, irrespective of where I am. I think
Yeah.
that's just definitely a beautiful. Yeah, that's. I think the bracelet is a really good quality. It's, I don't know. It looks timeless.
It is.
Kind of.
It is beautiful, and yeah, I'm so glad you picked that. It's like we have a pretty similar mindset, the four of us. But yeah, this is 100% the Cartier Santos that I would get. It's so elegant. Even in the medium size, I think is the perfect size.
I think it's thin,
For
10 millimeters, very thin,
Yes.
and it's curved. The case is curved, so it fits on your wrist.
Yeah.
And it tapers. The bracelet tapers a little bit. It's just nice.
Yeah, and I think the medium has that quick bracelet link
Yep.
interchangement system.
So you don't have to do anything with screws or anything. You just have to use
Yeah.
easy change to a
Yeah.
leather strap that comes with it.
Yeah, super cool. Very nice. Great choice. Let's
I
see. Sorry,
did
go ahead.
put a runner up was a Panerai 510 8-day
Okay.
manual wind. So that was the other thing I was thinking of.
Cool. Nice choice. Someone else also mentioned the PAM 01048. Daniel Yu says Keith wins this round.
By
Let us
cheating.
know, guys, who wins. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Cast your votes right now. Town Watch, Josh, get to see you, man. He would pick the Santos too. He was he was at a Cartier AD recently and didn't quite make it in. But yeah, you should definitely look into the Santos. The picks seem to be more dressed than sports casual, except for Sam's pick.
Pelagos. Yeah, Pelagos is more sportsy.
Yeah. The real winner is Knife Watch, who recommended the green dial Acatera. The one you can't beat it. Yeah, we got one vote for Knife Watch, one vote for Keith.
Yeah, I
Peter,
just I thought
Yeah,
about the Aquaterra. I just don't love it as much as the Grand Seikos that we've mentioned. So
I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah, me too. Loves the Santos, but would not be a one watch collection in my eyes. That's a good point. It's kind of flashy. It's high polish, I think, for the most part. It's been a while since I've seen it. Watch Yourself says I win
Fair.
because you cheated. There you go. One vote for me.
There's a Pelagos win.
One vote for Sam because Daniel, you mentioned. Oh no, Daniel said Keith wins.
No,
there's
I
another
said
one.
Pelagos. Yeah.
Yeah. Number 3, Keith. Keith's number 2. I should have clarified. 1, 2.
Well, I went third, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Colin, good to see you. Thanks for joining us, man. Pelagos wins. Nilo says. Okay, so I've lost count. We got 2 votes for Keith, 1 vote for me, 3 votes for Keith, I think. Okay, Keith wins. Let's just give it. Keith wins.
I would vote for Keith too because I own the watch.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. I'd vote for Keith too because that's the one I wanted.
Daniel's saying you could get a used spring for under 6K. Not
Oh,
the
really?
ones that I've seen. The ones that I've seen have been more than that, but maybe I didn't look that hard for it. But
Yeah.
like I saw one was 7 being sold for 7. So
Yeah, that's what I saw as well. PB Paul says Pelagos wins for 4K US. GS wins for the 6K. Either choice. Love for watches. Thanks for joining us, man. Second day wearing a Santos, you get lots of hairline scratches.
That's true. That is true.
Wilson's talking to Colin there. All right. Keith wins. Peter.
I don't
All
feel
right.
good about it. So
SPGA 285 Spring Drive, new 3800, used 3K. Deal and a half. It is absolutely a great deal. That I think is the champagne dial, the 285. Beautiful watch. No display case back, which makes it even. It's thin, it's smaller, and it fits better. It's a great watch. The SPGA 285. All right, moving on to our 3-watch collection. I guess do we want to switch up the order here?
sure.
Let's do that. Let's go with Bobby first. Bobby,
Okay.
what
Well,
are you gonna go for?
so one is retail. 2 of them are in the market value.
Okay.
So the first one I wanted to start with was the Doxa Sub 200. So I wanted to start with a watch that is, and I'm going to get the traditional orange dial on the bracelet. So it's $990, and it is an entry level Doxa, I guess. But I think it's a very, very good piece for the money. I think for $990, you get a beads of rice bracelet, the water resistant 200, good lume, a great diver, in my opinion. It doesn't have the traditional case like the sub 300 and the 1200, but it does have all the Doxa qualities to it. If you look at it, you'll say, "Oh, that's a Doxa." And of course, it's a fun and vibrant watch. You know, I like colors, so I think the orange sub 200 is a good summer watch, and I think a daily, beater type of watch for the first watch in my collection. I think that's a good. I was thinking of other colors like the yellow, teal, but I think the orange is more traditional. So I went with the sub 200 as
Yeah,
my
great
first
pick.
watch.
Yeah, I really like how
How
these
much?
watches. Oh, go ahead.
It's
Sorry,
990.
990.
Yeah, so 1,000.
Oh, really? Wow, that's a good.
Yeah.
That's a good price.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Sorry, Keith.
I was gonna say I do like how that watch looks a lot, and I like how it's unique and everything. And then I watched Just One More Watch, and he completely trashed it. I mean, he said it's the same quality as a $500 micro brand, and I shouldn't let the one opinion sway me so much. I'm like, they kind of turned me off of it. I don't know. I wish that there was an easier way to see one.
Yeah, I think James Stacy from Hodinky wore it, and he liked it for as an entry level Doxa. Of course, if you want to go up budget, you can go to get the sub 300, which is the traditional better case, of course. But I think the sub 200 is a good option, alternate option for sub 1,000. And there's been reviews, favoring it. So I would definitely think, and the bracelet itself is a pretty good bracelet. Number 2 is I went again for a dress watch, and it is the Cartier Tank Solo XL. So you can get that for 2,500. So it is an entry level 31 millimeter diameter rectangular with the blue crown, the traditional Cartier. It's of course a dress watch, so it's not water resistant that much, but it is a beautiful. It's a tank. So I don't know what else we can say about a Cartier tank that hasn't been said before. And it has that's the watch. And again, you see a theme here from my watches, but I think it has a date on it. It's a simple entry level Cartier, and I think it with the blued hands, you get all the elements of a Cartier, on it, and I think that's a beautiful, beautiful piece that you can get for 2,500 for a dress watch.
Yeah, and that would be the quartz model, right?
Yeah, or you can get
Oh, no.
automatic. You can get
Okay.
automatic for 25.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So so I think we're up to 3K. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
3.5K, I guess.
3.5, yeah.
And then for another 2,500, my sports watch, I guess, would be the pre-wave ceramic Omega Seamaster 300
Ah.
that you can get, and I would get it in black. I have nostalgia on this because this is the first watch I've ever owned, and it's just a great, great, great simple watch, coaxial movement. The date, matches the dial. Great bezel action, great bracelet as well, and it's a iconic design. Sword hands, not sword hands actually. I guess applied indices. It's a great, great icon of a well-known brand. And so the Omega Seamaster, Doxa Sub 200, and the Cartier Tank Solo as my dress watch would be my 3-watch collection for 6K.
Very cool collection. So you got 2 dive watches and 1 dress watch. Which would you pick as your everyday out of those?
I would take the Omega
Yeah.
Seamaster as my daily, and then
Yeah.
for fun weekend, maybe the Sub 200, and then dress watch the Cartier Tank.
Special occasions.
See, Colin is booing the tank. I'm not sure why.
Really?
I think he just got a
really-
Cartier Santos. I think he's a Santos fan, not a Tank fan.
Oh,
But,
Yeah.
the Tank, I think the Tank is more iconic than the Santos. To be,
Colin got a beautiful blue Santos. Oh, so nice. Yeah, those are some really really great picks.
and I
I
like the no wave look of the Seamaster better than the current
Yeah.
gen Seamaster.
that is my Seamaster preference as well. And I was so close to picking that one, so I'm glad I didn't. But that was one of my honorary picks. So I'm glad you went first. Let's jump into the chat. Let's see here. Did I miss anything? Daniel Yu is mentioning his collection. SPGA 231, that's a titanium spring drive diver, a G-Shock, and a stick in the ground sundial. So 2 watches and a stick. Great choices. Paul just got the SPGX 343 himself. It's a beautiful watch. Been tempting me with it. Zen 105 and a Tag Heuer Carrera 39mm. Very nice choices there as well. Colin was blowing the tank. Peter C says tank's a good choice as part of a collection. It really is. It's hard to beat a tank for a dress watch. Bobby's got Cartier fever. You better get a COVID shot. That's a good one. Jay Moore says, "What are your thoughts on wearing the bracelet, wearing bracelet watches instead of a leather strap watch, with formal wear? I'm guessing suits or tux. Is it breaking tradition?" I'm not too much for tradition. I mean, I am a very traditional person, but I really couldn't care less wearing a bracelet with a suit. Even a tux. Who cares, man? Just wear one. Wear what you want to wear.
James Bond can do it, right?
Yeah, I'm not James Bond, but still, just wear what you want to wear. If you enjoy your timepiece, you want to wear it with the tux, do it. I would shake your hand once it's allowed. I would shake your hand if you were wearing a Pelagos in the tux. What do you guys think? Do you guys have any reservations? Sorry for not asking.
well, about the dress watch or the watch with a suit. Yeah, actually, I have a wedding coming up in September, and I don't really have like a dress watch. So I thought about, for situations like that, maybe getting like the 36mm Bambino. Although I hear that's kind of hard to find, or if you do find it, you're kind of paying a premium for a Bambino, which I don't really want to do. So I thought about wearing one of my watches, but I'm not sure which. Maybe the Laurier, but that doesn't really go well. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't think most people even care.
No.
So-
Most people wouldn't barely notice.
Yeah.
So if there's a watch you want to wear for that day, do it because it's for you, man.
Right.
I think the Doxa Sub 200 might not be a good one.
Not
Like a bright orange or
bright
something.
orange.
That's that might
The-
not.
Shark
The
Hunter Black.
Doxa,
Yeah, exactly.
the
Shark
Doxa in the
Hunter
black dial is so nice.
Yes.
That Doxa 200 in the black dial, I really like it.
Yeah, I'd like to add, when we're talking about dress watches, I think we live in a time now where, look, I've seen it myself, at formal events, cultural events, people are wearing suits and they're wearing a G-Shock Frogman. Like, no one cares. People want to show off. People want to show off. They want big watches to show off.
Right.
You probably noticed the big gold Nixons.
Yes.
It's all about showing off. Like, I think the age of the dress watch, it's just slowly creeping down. But
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot
Yeah.
of smartwatches being worn
Yeah.
with suits, which I don't think looks great either. But
That's true.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think seeing a nice, a Submariner, Aquaterra,
Yeah.
Brand Seiko with a steel bracelet on a suit, I think that looks good. When I wasn't a watch guy, I actually thought the steel bracelet was formal. Probably because I've seen all these James Bond movies back in the day, and that was burned into my head as a kid. That steel bracelet was formal. I saw you smirking, Bobby. Was it because I had said I saw movies?
Yes.
But yeah. So in my head, growing up, I thought the steel bracelet was formal, and I thought a leather strap was informal because I'd see all these Daniel Wellingtons, with leather straps looking horrible, and I thought that was the casual thing to do: wear a leather strap. When you wanted to suit up, you'd wear a bracelet. I know better now, but still, just wear what you like. Oil money with the fire. Two discount divers and a lady's watch. Bobby loses.
just wait.
Definitely like the non-wave SMPC dial. Cleanest and most formal. It really is nice. Beautiful everyday watch. Love for watches also agrees. Watches with Mukherjee. Hey man, get to see you. Thanks for joining us. Watch Tank Clan, Seiko Marine Master, Omega DeVille, and a Seiko Alpinist. Great choices. You can get a clean vintage two-hand dress watch for the price of a Bambino. That's true. That's a good point.
Yeah, I'm not into vintage yet.
PV says, your money, your wrist, your rules. Don't listen to the marketing department. Good show. Good words. Hey, Withered Manscapes here.
No.
Why not get a
Oh, boy.
Shaq Invicta and pocket the 5800? Unless you can lord with that.
Oh, wow.
Good to see you, man. Thanks for joining us. PB late to the party. Good deal. Okay, so Peter C says depends on whose wedding. Maybe the Doxa fits. That's true. If it's like a what I've heard a southern brawl wedding is. I've heard of those weddings, where they have like these pig roasts, huge pig roasts, and the wedding usually ends up in a brawl. I've heard of those weddings. That'll be a cool Doxa to wear.
Frogman sounds good too.
Yeah.
Or master.
Yeah. Peter says, wait, you've seen the movies. Winding Watches has, or Colin has a pick here. Used SBGM 221 for a dress, Doxa 300T Caribbean, and a Bling Master. Those are nice choices. Yeah, used SBGM 221 is a great value. Heinrich, good to see you, man. Might be a bit pricey in a 3-watch collection, but the GS SBGW 231 is a perfect dress watch.
Yep.
It is beautiful. It is really nice. Okay, been stuck on the comments. I tend to do that. I kind of get tunnel vision on the comments. Let's see who's up next. I think Keith was number 3 last time, so you're number 2 this time.
Okay, so my preamble is that I'm definitely going to lose. First of all, I'm picking watches that I really like and watches that I know a lot of people are not going to like, especially in this chat.
Okay, we'll see.
So that's my preamble. And especially because this group doesn't get give micro brands a lot of love, so there's going to be a couple of those on there. But my
Okay.
first one, oh, and I didn't choose watches that I own. And I tried not to choose watches that I've talked too much about, although I broke that with my first one. My first one is the Black Bay 58
Ooh,
Black. I think if I had, a 3-watch collection, the Diver would be the style of watch I would wear the most. So this is where I'm spending the most money. When I thought of not picking something as obvious, because I talk about this watch a lot, this is the one this is the Diver I want, and if this is a watch I'm going to wear the most, this is the one I'd go with. Instead of like the Diver being the more or less expensive watch maybe, or something like that. But I love this watch. Maybe one day I'll own it. But yeah, this is I need a Diver. This is probably my favorite Diver, so this is the one I'm gonna go with.
very cool. It's a great choice.
And then, so that brings me to my second watch. According to Sanjay, this is the quality of a Rolex, but this comes in a cheaper price. This is the Manta Atlas in blue dial. I love the idea of a black dial diver and a blue dial watch non-diver, but still like all my choices are like sort of dressy sport watches. I really like the look of the Manta Atlas. I'm not big on most of Manta's other designs besides maybe the Noble.
Okay.
This is a semi-toxic watch, so buying it pre-owned is definitely the way to go. They sell for $2,000, but you could buy like basically almost a brand new one for like $1,500, so it's like a quarter of the price that gets taken off of there. But I've said this before, but Monta's from St. Louis. I live near Chicago. They are at least a couple of watch fairs every year in the Chicago area. I have yet to. My plan was to go to them starting in 2020, and obviously that didn't happen. So I'm hoping to see the watches in person before I were to buy one. But yeah, I love the blue. I love the design of the dial, and a different complication with the GMT there. I do like the white one as well. It's kind of a tough choice between the blue and the white.
Yeah.
But because of my third choice, I'm going with the blue for this one. So the
Cool.
Manta Atlas, and yeah, that's
Very nice.
2000.
And that whole Rolex comment was an ignorant one, so I have taken it back. Because I've never handled a Manta. It's just going on what others have said, and it's not the right thing to do. So please,
I just like
please don't at me.
I know people were giving you a hard time for that,
Yeah.
and I just think it's funny.
Yeah, it was good.
I don't, yeah. So my third one is also a micro brand,
Okay.
one that's based out of Chicago. I'm going with the Astor and Banks Fortitude, the mother of pearl dial.
Oh,
This is I think it came out last year. Colin's saying too late, Sanjay, for that.
yeah.
to take back the comment. But yeah, the Astor and Banks Fortitude, mother of pearl, it's $700. The mother of pearl is like $50 more. This is a watch I've been looking at a lot lately too. It is kind of cool to have a watch from a brand that's based in Chicago. I haven't seen one secondhand yet. I've checked eBay a couple times. Yeah, mother of pearl dial, which looks really cool. It has blued hands, and indices, I believe, are also blued, the outside of the indices. It's not the same kind of, I mean, obviously we're nowhere near the price point of a Grand Seiko, but when I think of great blued hands, I think of Grand Seiko, and they really pop in the sunlight, which this doesn't seem to do as much. But I love the blued hands with the mother of pearl dial. This is kind of like a more pinkish mother of pearl, kind of like a replacement for that Grand Seiko if you want a $600 version of that maybe. But yeah, they're all similar. They're all sporty, dressier watches, dressy sports watches. But those are my three.
I have not actually seen this before. It's really nice.
Yeah, there's not a ton of videos on it either. I saw Random Rob recently got them in.
Yeah.
Is going to do a review on them. 10 and 2's mentioned them. Hodinky and Warner Mounds covered them, but yeah, not a lot of YouTube love for the Astor and Banks Fortitude.
Yeah. I've definitely heard the name, but oh man, look at that bevel. That's
Mhm.
amazing.
I mean, according to the reviews I read, again, this is one I'd love to see in person. And they're at one AD that's in Chicago that I want to visit to take a look at one. But supposedly they're good for the price, which is something that people always rack on saying that. It's okay, they're justifying a budget purpose by saying it's good for the price, but yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's jump in the chat real quick, and then we can comment on those options. Kyle Jet says, "I'll take their 231 with 6K to spend. If I was Tom Hanks in Castaway, I wouldn't want anything else. Tough, reliable piece. It is. It is a really nice, reliable piece. I'm guessing the SPGA 231, not the SPGW 231. GW 231 wouldn't survive."
Yeah.
Monta Atlas is an excellent choice, Keith. Very nice. Approval from Knife Watch. Monta is amazing. Watch Tank Lane has a Noble in blue. You won't be disappointed. I would put Monta quality very close to Omega.
Oh wow.
That's probably a better simile there. Amin, good to see you, man. Anordain Model 1 for enamel, 1.6K. Ophion 786 Velos for Guilloche, 3.3K. Zealous Swordfish for titanium and meteorite, under 1K. Man, those are some great picks.
Yeah, I did consider Anordain, but they kind of messed up my list by adding that in there. Man, those colors really pop on those styles.
Yeah. There's
Great
one
color.
AD. There's just one AD in Canada that actually carries Anordain, and they have the post office red in stock. Oh, it's been hard resisting it. There's just too many watches, man. Maybe pricey, but JLC Reverso dress BB58.
GLC reverse itself will be 6K.
It'll blow the budget right there. Yeah, that's a great collection though. Really, really nice.
Well, that's a great 3-watch collection for
Yeah.
15K probably.
Yeah. Ophion for Guilloche. I have to look that one up.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the Ophion that Amin mentioned.
Oil Money says Keith is wiping the floor with you guys.
I don't know if he's being sarcastic or not.
Amin, true to form, absolutely. Amin is getting up there with Joe, Joe C, when it comes to watch choices. It's
Have
really
to watch budget on a Guilloche, right?
yeah.
I like
I didn't even know what Guilloche was, I don't think, a month ago. It's never something that even comes up on watches I even look at. It's like open up a whole new world.
Although it did, Amin's research into Guilloche really broke the bubble I had about all these watch companies doing true Guilloche, when actually they're not. They're doing CNC or stamp dials. And I was like, oh no. Watch once over. Eric, good to see you, man. Both of my Rolexes never screamed excellence, just good watch. GS blows them away. Ooh. Not a popular opinion, but I would have to agree. You're the man today, Keith. Take a bow.
Thanks, Peter.
All right, Sam, you're up. What are you gonna start with?
So yeah, obviously I'm dealing with 6,000 Aussie dollars, not 6,000 US dollars. My first pick is the Oris Hanggang Limited Edition. So that is the green dial Oris Aquis. It has a sub-seconds. It has a date indicator. And the one thing about this diver is that this is a type of green that's more vibrant. It's not more subtle that you see, maybe with something like the Hulk, or maybe a watch I own my personal collection is the Seiko Crown Passage. This thing blew it away in terms of the vibrance with the color, and it's just a great diver that also gives you that luxury feel because of the ceramics, just the way it looks, the bracelet. So that's my diver of choice,
Nice.
or luxury diver of choice. This is your statement piece for the person with the 3 watch collection. This would be the watch I want them to show off. So that's the one, the Aquas. The second watch that
Beautiful.
I'm going to pick is going to be that dressy piece. And that
All
dressy
right.
piece is the Longines Master Collection Moon Phase. So what I want here is to have that person to experience just a unique complication. I'll agree. My friend owns this piece, and the moon phase is useless. But there's something classy about having the moon phase. You've got the date there. Um, it's it's a dressy piece, from a brand with a lot of heritage from, I believe, 1845. It's a very old brand. So I've got a lot of respect for it. And I would go with the white dial version, simply because, white dial, traditional dress watch here. And this has a lot of value to it. It has thermally blued hands. It has a very nice movement to look at. So when you look at the movement, even though it's a modified EDA, but it has uh, some degrees of finishing, which I admire. I like to look at it. So that's something good about a watch at that price point, where you actually look at the movement and you're getting a little bit of thrill from it. Um, so the third watch of choice. So now I'm dealing with a little bit of money, around 700 to 800 Australian dollars. I would pick the full. I mean, the metal G Shock. So the DW. So the square G Shocks in titanium black. I'd pick this watch, because this is the watch you would use to reference check for your other 2 watches, and it's also great daily wear. It's light because it's titanium. It's all black. Um, I love full metal squares. I there's something with it, with full metal squares. I just love owning one, especially a titanium one, the all black. Especially in America, you guys actually can use multi-band 6, unlike us in Australia. So this is dead on perfect for a wristwatch. It's going to tell all the times. It's a chronograph as well, 6 alarms, Bluetooth functionality. So much you can do with this watch. I have the full metal one on my wrist. I've been wearing it for so long. So this would be my 3 watch collection.
That
Yeah.
sounds very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Longines is a really nice pick for a good dress watch too.
Yeah, it's
That's-
much more well-rounded choices than especially mine. You got the,
Mine
the
too. Mine was 2
dressy.
divers and a dress watch,
Yeah.
but his was. And I like the Casio too, the G Shock.
Yeah,
Nice.
really enjoyed the Longines pick as well. That was one of the thoughts I had in my head too. You get such great value for Longines. You get a really nice movement. That movement is fantastic. And yeah, for such a good price, it's really hard to beat Longines at that price point.
Oh, by the way, for a moon phase, if the chat can help me out with something, my wife really likes the moon phase complication. So if you know of a somewhat affordable moon phase watch that could fit a woman's wrist, although her wrist is bigger than mine, although I always say I have a woman's size wrist, so I think
Yeah.
it's in like 6 3/4 or something maybe. I'll take any kind of suggestions.
My wife's wrist is the same size as mine, so you're not alone. Yeah, let's jump into chat real quick. Oil Money saying, if you don't know what it is or if you can't pronounce it, it's not for you. I guess I will not buy a JJ LeCoute.
Oh yeah.
Or A Lang and soon. Spent hours looking at Guilloche last night. Now I have even more regret over a sale from a previous life. What did he have? Be interesting to find out. Peter C. Longines, oldest logo in Switzerland. Yep, I've heard that as well. I think trademarked logo or something. It's insane heritage. Love to leave hands. Sands of Time wins even with this paltry Aussie money. Hey, we've got Canadian money. It's the same thing, Colin. Sounds right. Chat jumped a bit there. Great choices, Sam. Not a huge fan of Oris, but those three watches work well together. They really do. Green, blue, and white. Really nice picks.
Yeah.
How is it this guy came up with three great picks even with worthless money? Good job, that guy. Well done. Sands
And
of
you had
time.
less money to work with. That's the fun part.
Yeah. Of Ladislav Kim. Good to see you, man. Thanks for joining us.
Ooh.
Thinking of getting a watch for graduation around 5K. What would you choose? That's almost the first part of our conversation. Do you guys have anything? I guess Sam has the Pelagos lined up for you. What would you guys pick for 5K?
I would think the Seamaster pre-ceramic, the pre-wave. I think that versus Pelagos probably would be the two finalists.
Yeah, good choices. I'd pick Grand Seiko Snowflake. I picked the Snowflake.
Oh yeah, that's true. You can get it for 5K, right?
Yeah,
probably.
For now, at least.
Yeah, then that also definitely.
Yeah. Paul's picking up Frederic Constant. James Duffy, the Orient Sun and Moon looks like a moon phase, but it's a day-night indicator. Oh, I think they're okay. Frederic Constant does have a moon phase. That's in your budget.
Okay.
I think. Orient Sun and Moon is a good option as well. Ryan saying check out JLC Reverso Squadra. Has a moon phase and a dual phase. I'm sure that'll be quite expensive.
Yeah, for the record, her watch can't cost more than all my watches combined.
Orient has a moon phase.
It'd be funny if she gets a longer moon phase in Europe.
Yeah.
She has one watch right now. Oh, Orient under 300. She has one watch right now. It's a Timex. Orient.
Weekender, maybe?
No, it's a Constellation. I should grab it.
Yeah,
Orient.
Colin just wanted to make fun of someone's money. we get made fun of for our Monopoly money, so
It is funny looking money, Canadian money.
it's great, man. It's plastic now too. Our money's plastic.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Kind of like a polymer of some sort. So you can wash it. It'll go through the laundry, and you won't lose your money. It's great. And parts of it are transparent. Really cool. Move to Canada. We've got cool money. Moon phase watch. Check out Christopher Ward's C1 Moon Glow. It's good options here. Graduation deserves a Rolex. Try and get an OP36 or OP41. Those are some good options.
Who would have
you
guessed
can't
you
go
would have said
wrong.
that?
Yeah. Full ceramic Longines Hydro Conquest is really cool. It's the ultimate dive watch per Eric from Watch Once Over. Put that 5K into Dogecoin, and when it goes to the moon, buy a Rolex day date for graduation. That's the smart thing to do. Maybe not Dogecoin, but invest in.
I was just learning about Dogecoin earlier this week.
Isn't Dogecoin going down, right?
Well, it went way up recently. I don't know if it's going down now.
Okay.
But like the people who created it aren't even involved in it. They're even telling people, what are you doing? Don't invest your money in this.
Glycine Combat has a moon phase for 250 to 300. Oh, there you
That
go.
sounds like MVMT, right? Movement watches. Don't invest in our product, but yeah.
Yeah. All right. That leaves me. Man, I'm not going to top you guys, but okay, let's start with my favorite category, which is a dress watch. I love dress watches. And my pick, of course, would be a Longines. So, surprise, surprise. A Longines Heritage Flagship. Let me pull that one up. Reference number is L7954782. Beautiful cream dial. Gold hands and indices. I really like what they did with the date. It kind of matches that minute track, and it's hard to go wrong with this 38.5 millimeter case. Lug to lug is pretty decent too. I don't have that measurement offhand, and it's only 10 millimeters thick, Super nice. Only $1,400 if you shop around. Only $1,400 for a movement that's based on an ETA 2892. I mean, insane value. Really, really great piece. I really love this piece. Honestly, while I was looking this up, I almost bought one. I was like, I should buy something online. I haven't done that.
What's the diameter size?
38.5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's good size.
Hmm.
Okay, second up would be my dive watch. So the sporty watch, not an everyday watch. It wouldn't be a great everyday pick, but this is my Marine Master 300. So the SLA 023 you can get it for around 3,000 USD. Really beautiful, beautiful sunray dial on this guy. Um, the dial is really nice. Everything is beautiful. The ceramic dial has it loomed up until I think around 20. The bezel is loomed, and the only drawbacks are the fact that it's super thick. So it's around I've got a note here. I think it's around 14 or 15 millimeters thick, 14 and a half maybe.
It looks like
Super
this
thick.
person's wearing it with a suit.
Yeah, look at that. The cuff
needs a
is
dress
definitely
watch?
not cuff is definitely not going over that one.
It probably rip over, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so great piece. It's got an 8L35 movement. So Grand Seiko derived movement, not one that they use right now. And you don't get the nonsense that you get with Seiko nowadays. Usually these bezels are aligned, the rehaut is aligned, chapter rings are aligned. Everything is just good with these, generally speaking. And they're although they don't they don't commit to a great accuracy tolerance, they tend to be within cost. Again, Seiko doesn't want to commit, but they do come out good. It has a monocoque case, so even though you're not going to be diving into saturation diving levels with this guy, you will you will have that bragging rights, I guess. So Marine Master 300 is my second pick. This would be my my kind of special diver, a special
Also,
watch.
not your everyday.
Yeah, now's my everyday, and it's a watch I used to own. So we're gonna go with the Oris Big Crown Pro Pilot Big Date.
Mm.
So here's a pic from my Instagram. Beautiful blurple dial, blue and purple, catches the light really well. Wears a lot better than the 41 millimeter diameter would suggest. Amazing bracelet, great crown, beautiful engine turn bezel. It does have a Sellita SW200, which isn't the greatest. Oris doesn't regulate it too well either, or at all. And that would be, kind of the drawbacks. But it's 12 millimeters thick, easily usable daily, and full loomed. All the numerals are loomed as well. So that would be my third pick.
It doesn't matter to you to have two blue watches?
No,
Okay.
doesn't matter to me. I really like that it's a different kind of blue.
True.
If that makes sense. Blurple. It's almost a purple dial. So that's kind of different. I tend to have odd streaks of flamboyance, I guess. If you don't notice, I'm wearing like a teal shirt right now. So, yeah, so I occasionally am quite flamboyant or flashy, but yeah, I really like that watch. So that would be my three watch collection for almost $6,000. It would be a little under.
Okay.
Yeah. Any thoughts and comments?
Pretty well rounded too.
Yeah, I got a dress watch, a dive watch, and a pilot's watch. Boxes checked.
Both of you guys got Orises too. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought about the pointer date for one instead of the Manta. But one with the Manta. I like that burgundy
Yeah.
dial.
Yeah. I was gonna say the wine dial. So nice. Let's jump into the chat here. Crypto 101. You buy the dips, bro. Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah, it is. SLA023 is the definition of I won't say that. You inspired me to put it on right after this. He does have an SLA 023. Yeah, it's beautiful, amazing, lovely watch. Keith wins this round too. Daniel has given it to Keith.
Very unexpected for someone to say that. I
Chris,
appreciate it.
good to see you. Thanks for joining us from Singapore. Withered Manscape. Can we get a pic of the Invicta shack on screen? We got to hear thoughts and opinions. All right, you know what? Let's do it. Invicta. It's going to show up in my search history now. Oh, man. Gotta delete that.
Go incognito.
Yeah. Too late, but oh, well. Oh boy. Oh. That's, yeah.
Oh.
Well,
What is Shaq's wrist? 9 inches?
Yeah, probably bigger. Only Shaq can wear it, and it looks big on Shaq.
God.
That's good. Look at this picture. Oh, good stuff. You are loved, Withered Manscape. You are loved. Sands wins, according to Peter. No. Oil Money, are you telling me Seiko broke with 100 years of tradition and cleaned the sake bottles out of the QC department closets, probably wine bezels? What's the world coming to? You know, that's so sad, right? Because I wanted to pick the SPB 185, the Steelmaster, but I was like, I wouldn't buy that for myself right now, at least. I got a horribly aligned bezel on the SPB 185. I think like 5 of the past Seikos that I've owned have had like crazy variance on their accuracy or misaligned bezels or something wrong with it. So yeah, I wouldn't buy, at least right now at the time of this recording, I would not buy a Seiko Prospex or even a Seiko Presage, which is sad. But I mean, if you do get one though and it's good, keep it, because it's good. But right now, I wouldn't.
I think it was Mark from our Long Island Watch was saying that only watch enthusiasts seem to care about the alignment issues, and the majority of people don't. I find that hard to believe.
I would find that hard to believe.
But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, before I was a watch enthusiast, if the triangle didn't line up on a click, that would drive me nuts.
Right.
I know it would. But yeah, so let's see. I guess it's a tie from the guys who voted. Do you guys want to do a quick vote? It's a tie between Keith and Sam for this round. Well deserved. I really liked Sam's
Me
picks.
and Sanjay got to work on our game, though. That's
All right. So okay. So between us, the 4 of us, if we had to pick one of the $6,000 watches, which would we go with?
I got Keith.
I'll go Keith's as well.
Yeah, I'd go Keith as well. But he cheated, so he disqualifies it, right?
They well, supposedly they're still available. I live like really close to 2 Grand Seiko ADs. I should like pop in there in 3 weeks when I'm fully vaccinated and see if there's still one sitting in the case.
They still have it, Keith. I think that you should. There's still limited production.
Yeah.
It's not like limited edition. It's still there as of now.
It's not discontinued.
Exactly.
So take your time, man.
I saw the winter question.
I saw the winter and
watches it.
spring side by side too, in the boutique here in Miami, and I prefer the spring. The winter looked a little more like, I shouldn't say dirty snowflake, what Sanjay was saying, but
Yeah.
a little more dull colors. I think
Right.
spring is a little more brighter, so that's why I went push towards that.
Yeah, it's like a gray. I like the winter because it's like a gray dial, but it has that brushed, erratic pattern on it. But I would go with the spring as well. Colin was asking what Keith picked. It was the spring Grand Seiko Special Seasons collection. So the SPGA 413. I picked the SPGA 415. Bobby picked the Cartier
Cartier Fever.
And Sam, who was a little handicapped because he couldn't use his whole 6,000 US dollars, pick the Pelagos, which is a great pick as well. But so we all go for Keith's $6,000 watch. Okay, so if we were to pick a 3-watch collection from one of us, who would we go with? Let's start with Bobby, maybe. Bobby,
I would probably choose Sam's. I think
Yeah.
his Longines, Oris, and the Casio. I think that's a really nice 3-watch pick, and then you have change to spare.
Yeah.
In addition, so I think that's a really nice 3-watch collection.
Yeah.
And I can
Guys in the chat, feel free to chime in as well.
But I would definitely keep a honorable mention is Keith's Monta. Monta, I think that's a great, well designed watch for the price as well. I think that's good. The most value for the money of all our picks, I think, is the Monta.
Yeah.
I'm having trouble to remember. Bobby had the tank, I think
Omega?
the Seamaster, and what was the other one?
The Doxa sub
Oh,
200.
the Doxa. That's right. Yeah.
So, Sam, well, who would you go with?
I would actually go with Bobby's because I kind of like, the look of the tank. And I've not really been into it, but it's something like I keep admiring. It's not something I may get, but I keep admiring it so much that I may eventually get it. And I like the Doxa as well. I own a Doxa. Yeah, the collection is very unique. With the Seamaster, these are really good brands as well. So yeah, I'd go with that.
Good points. Keith?
We're having trouble deciding. I think the pick where I really like all three, I'd go with Bobby's.
Yeah.
The Marine Master, I'm not big on that design. It's kind of like a big bulky watch that I'm not really into. And then the Casio, I don't know if I go that, so I go Bobby.
Yeah. I'd go Bobby as well. I like the tank. And I know Colin just said don't be tricked by the look of the tank, it's a dog. I don't know, man. The tank is really nice.
I think its tank is probably, again, personally speaking, I was debating for a dress watch. Personally speaking, again, forget about the budget.
Yeah.
I ended up doing the reverse. So, but a lot of people would have gone for the tank. Like if you asked, I would say it'd be 50-50 between the Verso and tank about of a rectangular dress watch.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would go with Bobby as well. I really like the tank. I love the Seamaster. That's my favorite Seamaster model of all time. Seamaster Professional, I should say. And the Doxa is a nice pick too. So we'll give it to Bobby. My vote didn't really matter, but Bobby wins. Yeah, Marat.
Now here's the question: is which would you rather have? Would you rather have the Grand Seiko Spring or the 3 watches? Because that's another thing, right? That's the question that we were debating, right? Would you rather have a 1-watch Grand Seiko Spring or the 3 watches? Because that's everybody's debate. Anybody who's collecting would be like, I have this much money. Should I buy 3 watches, 2 watches, or should I just get one nice watch? I'll leave it up to you guys because I own my answer is already in my purchases with Keith. But so
yeah, I would go Spring. I wouldn't even hesitate. It's to me it's one of the most perfect everyday watches, and I would wear that every single day. So,
I
Keith?
feel like with most things in life, I would go with the one. But with watches, I do like switching them up a bit. So I might go.
But
yeah, I think I'd go.
But you
ahead.
have to pick Bobby's picks specifically versus the Spring, right?
True. In that case, I'm taking the Spring. But if I had to take the Spring versus my 3-watch collection, that'd be a tough choice.
Yeah,
I think
I
I'd
hear
go
you
with
there.
the 3, possibly. I don't know.
Sam?
Yeah, I would go with the Spring as well, but I don't think I can get the Spring here. It's impossible.
Yeah, you're gonna have to import it.
Yeah, and I've heard the new the Seasons collection, the new release. I heard that's boutique exclusive.
Who?
Oh, really?
So
I
if
didn't
it's
know
only
that.
available through the boutique, not being able to get a discount on those as well,
Is there a boutique in Melbourne?
There is a boutique in Melbourne, yeah,
Okay.
but the specifically the Sakura one you mentioned, that you cannot get it in Australia. It's impossible. It's US only. Yeah, but I
Colin
definitely
would
would
go
be
with
going for spring.
See, the answers from most of the like Colin, everybody. These are we have owned multiple watches, and I think the answer is depending on if you're a new collector or seasoned collector. If you're a seasoned collector, you want one nice watch. But I think like Keith, I think he's torn right now. I think between his three watches because it's a three good watches that he can rotate versus one good watch, but he wants to have variety. I think if you're a new collector, I think I would lean towards the three watches. If I'm a seasoned collector, I think give me one good watch, like what Colin was saying.
Watch Tank Clan would actually go with the 3, so he's a bit of an outlier there. Which is good. Yeah.
And this is not generalization. I'm just looking at the answers from people.
Well, I think most people in that chat would pick multiple $6,000 watches.
Yeah, most of us
Based
have.
on what I know about people in the chat.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Paul would take a 3 pick as well over the 1 pick. Pink dress watch or ladies tank, 2 discount temper dogs. No way.
Did Oil Money give his selection? I would love to hear Oil Money's selection for
Yeah, what would be your selection?
Yeah, you probably would say 6K
I think you had the
into
green
Toggle or
Aquaterra,
something.
the one watch.
Yeah, Oil Money actually picked the green Aquaterra for a 6K.
That's
I don't
actually
think.
Yeah, and it's a very nice watch.
Yeah, it is. Daniel, here's another question. You have no watches at all. 3 or spring? Oh. So if we had purged we had a clean slate. Yeah, I'd go spring easily. I'm a Grand Seiko guy, so
Yeah.
I own it, so I'm going spring as well. So I'm not going to. And I think that's a keeper for me too. The spring is just a nice watch, titanium, light wear. Definitely, I would go spring. In my case, I don't know, Sam. Would you have no watches or 3?
I would still go spring. I like the spring a lot because it has some brush surfaces as well. Yeah, it's like one of the perfect Grand Seikos in the market.
Yeah, I think it's one of the best Grand Seikos in the market, like you said. I really wanted white birch though.
yeah. The 62 GS case design is impeccable. It's so nice. The bezel-less look is really nice, very vintage evocative, and I think the white birch kind of marries that 62 GS case with a bit of 44 GS. It's a GS9 design language or something like that.
Do you like the snowflake dial or do you like the white birch dial better?
That's tough. I would
right?
say white birch dial.
Okay.
But I could see myself getting tired of the white birch dial because it's so aggressive. Like the texture is very aggressive, so I could see myself not wanting to look at that all the time.
The snowflake's more subtle.
Yeah, and it's serene, right? It's calming.
Yeah, for me the snowflake is too subtle.
Yeah,
okay.
I like a little more texture.
Yeah.
Like
I agree there too.
So, like, I think Keith, you might like the skyflake, right? The bluish tinge that makes it a little bit better. Or
it's like really bright blue or really light blue.
Yeah, baby blue.
Yeah, yeah, that didn't really appeal to me.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'd go the regular snowflake over that one.
Okay. I think the spring. I love the spring because of the texture dial. Like you chose. It's very subtle, but it's a very nice texture dial, and the 62 GS case and the spring drive. I'm not a big against the power indicator in the front of the dial. I know a lot of people want it on the back. I'm not really against that.
Yeah. Oil Money says quality of the new snowflake dial is shocking compared to the OG Grand Seiko snowflake. I may reconsider getting the picture shot. Audio and close. Keith is a Grand Seiko hater. No, yeah, I like him.
I will say I can't remember if it was Almonds or Bobby Legs stream. They did 3 watches for $50,000, and I couldn't even get to 20,000. Unless I included a Royal Oak, I couldn't even get to 20,000. I was like, well,
But this is like fictional money, right? Like even then, you're like, Keith's like, no, can't.
I just don't know, much about watches that cost that much, I guess.
Yeah. Well, guys, we've run a bit long, but it was so much fun. I really enjoyed it. For the next episode, I don't know if it'll be next week or, if we'll do one of these once a month. But would you want to go up the ladder or down the ladder? Because both would be really interesting. We could hit the
My
$10,000
choices.
mark. We could hit the $1,000 mark. But yeah, something for you guys to think about. Let us know as well. If you're watching later, maybe put it in the comments so that we have something to go off on. But yeah, thanks everyone for joining us. We'll do a couple of plugs. Keith, our everyday friendly neighborhood watch
I
guy.
have no plugs, but this is my wife's watch. It's a Timex Constellation. It's kind of like a fashion watch for a Timex. And there's Indiglow. She's really into astronomy.
Nice.
Astronomy,
Okay.
astrology, whatever one. Astrology.
Okay, astrology. Yeah, study of the stars.
Yeah. Where Cancer means something, and
Oh,
whatever. What is that called?
that's astronomy.
Astronomy. Okay.
Yeah,
The fortune telling.
like Sagittarius.
Yeah. She
Taurus.
always reads her horoscope and stuff, so she got
Oh, I
into
see. Okay.
about that.
I thought she was. I thought you were gonna say she's like this, Galileo Galilei kind of looking at the stars with the telescopes and taking pictures. Sam from the Sands of Time YouTube channel. Go check him out. He also has a new Instagram. Do you have anything to plug, Sam? Anything new coming up or?
Maybe next week.
Yeah.
Week. Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. Bobby.
No, I'm just gonna show you the movement again. I just like this movement a lot.
Beauty.
Yeah. Take a
Okay,
look at that.
people in the chat, take your pick. The VC or my wife's Timex.
Yeah.
We'll see who wins.
I just pulled out the bracelet, but it's I just love the case back of this watch.
Yeah. Let me end with a movement shot as well, because I'm wearing the beautiful mess of this spring drive.
Beautiful.
There you go. You can find me here on YouTube, and engineer_wannabe on Instagram. Let's say goodbye to everyone. We have it backwards, so I guess astrology is the Sagittarius Taurus, and astronomy is, I guess, astronomos, knowledge of the stars, versus astrology.
Right. Well, according to Colin, astronomy is the study of the stars, and astrology is the study of BS. Which I agree. I don't go for any of it, but
Yeah, I agree too.
Yeah.
No offense. Yeah, like Colin said, no offense for me either. But yeah. So I think that's
Sunday.
it.
Yep, Sunday night, Bobby Legs, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
thank
watch
you.
it too.
Legs.
I always mess that up. Yeah, tomorrow at 9 p.m. we're going to be doing Watch Soup again. This time we're looking at Watch Chris's video on selling watches, and I think it was on selling watches. 4 tips before selling a watch. We're going to be looking at the Rolex Trust victory that they just had. They came second in their most trusted brands. So we're going to be discussing that.
Which is the most one? Do you know which number one it was?
Yeah,
Apple?
Lego was.
Lego. Oh, nice.
Lego was number 1. Yeah.
Wow.
Lego.
Yeah, and
Cool.
lastly, I can't remember what Rob picked, but Rob picked a video as well. Wait, no, it was Federico, one of Federico's videos.
Okay.
Worst watches of 2021. So
Okay.
it'll be a
That
blast.
sounds
Okay. Last.
I saw Paul Thorpe's watching.
Yeah, yeah. So join us tomorrow if you're awake at 9 p.m. Sunday night. But yeah, thanks for joining us, guys. It was a lot of fun. We should do this again soon. But take care, stay safe, and we'll see you in the next video. live stream.
See you.
See you guys.